getting ready, but I asked you guys on my Instagram if you guys wanted like a playlist get ready with me or a chisme get ready with me. The votes are very close, so it's gonna be a 2-in-1. I'm gonna be spilling some chisme and also playing my playlist like while I don't know what the hell to talk about. I have my cafecito and chisme cup because of course this is a chisme video. I'm gonna be getting ready, but I'm breaking out so bad and I just didn't want to do my makeup. I haven't done my makeup in almost a week because I've been letting my face rest because I've been breaking out super bad, so I didn't wear makeup. I haven't done a chisme video in so long, so I don't know what to talk about. I don't even go out no more. You guys would expect me to be going out and stuff, but I don't go out. Like, I'm more of a homebody now. I think that's what you call it. I like to party, but not here. I don't know, como que no disfruto cuando ando aquí because my mom was like, ya vete a la casa. And then my nana's like, ya vete, ya métate. So like, I can't even go out in peace without my parents on my ass. And then they be messaging me telling me, no me dejas dormir, I can't sleep without you being home. I get home and they're like, oh my god, the last time it pissed me off so much. I was at a party, I was having such a good ass time, like I was like, woo! And my nana is like blowing up my phone. Mind you, it was like 2 in the morning, but still. It was like barely gonna be 2 in the morning. And she keeps on messaging me on WhatsApp like, ya vente, tengo sueño, I can't sleep without you being home, blah 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 blah. So I left the party and then I get home and she's like knocked out, like she's snoring and everything, and I was like, nana, ya llegué. And I came back in my room, I thought she heard me and everything. I took a shower and I was laying down and she called me and she's like yelling at me. She's like, where are you? You're not even home. And I was like, I'm in my room. I thought she like heard me when I told her I was home. And she's like, no you're not. And I went to her room and I was like, I've been home for like the past hour. And then she was like, why didn't you tell me? I was like, I told you, but you're like... Homegirl was over here complaining that she couldn't sleep, but yeah, I get home and she's over here snoring. I was like I know I have chisme, but like it's not good chisme for me to say on YouTube because certain people watch my videos. The last thing I want is drama. Like, I remember in middle school, one of my teachers used to say that I was problematic because I had a YouTube channel. So let me talk about the time that... I'm scared to talk about this. Should I talk about this? This is kind of good chisme, that's fine. Si te queda el zapato, pues póntelo. So let's just say I met this guy y pues la verdad we were like really good friends y todo. Y pues I really didn't think anything of it, like no sé. This is one thing I hate about me is I end up ghosting like everyone at one point. I just kind of get tired of like messaging people and just like I just need my space. So like I stopped talking to everyone, and this is what happened in this occasion. I stopped talking to everyone. Like I ghosted everyone. Like literally everyone, and everyone was like, what the hell, Delayza? Like, what did I do? And this guy in particular was like hella pressed about it. He would blow up my phone cada ratito, like hella pressed that I wasn't answering his messages. Like, what did he do to me that I'm not answering? And I was just like, I'm not gonna give him an explanation why I'm ghosting everyone. He ended up getting like really butthurt that like I just never messaged them again or anything. And then this week my friends were like, oh my god, there's like a party, like let's go. Like they started inviting me, which is actually today. So I was like, oh, like yeah, let's go, like why not? Like I haven't gone out, so like let's go to this party. So my best friend messages me. She's like, whose privada is it that you invited me to? And I was like, oh, I don't know, my friends invited me. And then she was like, oh, is it blank blanks? And I was like, oh, I think so, because I saw them posting about it. And then she was like, oh yeah, he doesn't want you there. I was kind of heartbroken. I was like, damn, I should have never ghosted him, so I would have gone to the privada. And he had invited me. He like sent me the invitation and he was like, por si quieres ir. Yeah, I think he just disinvited me to his party. In conclusion, don't stop talking to people so you can go to their parties. I think I'm gonna spill the chisme of my first fight. So we started with a little chisme, you know, little sneak peeks about the chisme. So let's spill the chisme on my first fight. So this is so embarrassing. My first fight. It's so weird because I honestly never thought I would get in my first fight because I was never the type to be like, oh my god, I'm gonna fight that, you know. Like I'm not like that. I honestly rather talk things out than throw a punch. But obviously in this situation, like I feel like I had all the rights to feel the way I felt and like to like hit her. Where I live, it's a very small town. Like everyone knows everyone knows everyone's business. You know, things get around really quickly. I talked about this on my YouTube channel in one of my YouTube videos, I think, where I mentioned my friend who passed away. I unfortunately lost a friend back in October. It hurts a lot losing a friend, and especially the way I was with her. Like, me and her were super close. She was honestly one of the only persons I will always go to like my problems and stuff like that. She was just always there for me. I don't even think shortly after her passing, like, people just started making fake accounts and stuff like that. Let's just say it there. You know, obviously her family was really bothered by the fact of this, and like so was everyone, like even myself. Like, I was really pissed off of what people were saying. Everyone was really just trying to find out who this person was making these accounts. All we knew was the person knew where she was, the person knew exactly who she was. So time goes by, it was coming to my ears that people were finding out who the person was. So I started asking, I was like, who is this person? Like, I really need to know, because that was my friend, and obviously like whoever is doing these accounts, I'm gonna confront them. So I ended up finding out who this girl was, and I was super pissed because people that I knew were hanging around with her. I was like, did she know my friend? And they're like, yeah, she knew her and stuff like that. When I found out who she was, I was like, the next time I see this girl, I'm literally gonna tell her something. So one day my friend invited me to a truck meet. So we went in her truck, and I was hanging out with other people and stuff like that. So the truck meet was like a cruise and chill basically, and like we just like kind of like hit up spots, and then like, you know, we chill there for a little bit, and then we go to the other spot. We went to this one location at one point from the meet. So I see that she pulls up with 2 other guys. So it's my best friend's truck, someone else's, and then their car. So she's in the back seat, and then the 2 guys are at the front. I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna go up to this girl and tell her why she's talking shit about so and so. So I went up to the car, and I was like, to the guys, I was like, oh hi, because you know, like I know them. So I said hi to them first, and I was like, hi. And then I turned around, and she's looking down, and I turned around and I looked at her. I was like, first I have to make sure it's the right person. So like, I was like, yeah, this is her. So then I went and opened the car door of this guy's car. I opened it, and I was like, why the are you talking shit about? And I got so mad, and I was just like, I look so ghetto. I just know I look so ghetto because I was like, why are you talking? Like, I was mad. Blood was boiling, because you just don't do that. You just don't talk about someone who's here not to defend themselves anymore. Why? Like, how low are you of a person to talk about someone who's not here to defend themselves anymore? So I obviously opened the car door like really pissed, and I was like, why are you talking about? And then she's like, I'm not talking about anyone. And I was like, girl, yes you are. Like, everyone knows this. Like, literally half of Tucson literally knew this girl was supposedly the one making this account. Obviously, I know I could have, you know, probably, you know, been like, okay, a little bit more calmer, but it was just like the anger that I felt. And especially to know that she's, I don't know, like, oh my god, just so many things ran through my head, and I just couldn't control my anger as much as I wanted to. And repeatedly in my head I was like, calm the fuck down, because I'm having a panic attack right now, because I'm so fucking mad. Delayza, calm down. Like, you can like talk this out, just calm down, make sure that it is really her. Like, just don't go off what people are saying. Like, I was just like really trying to calm down, but I just couldn't. Like, my anger just kept on coming out. But then my other friend, who also knew about the situation, like gets in, and she's like, why are you talking about her? Like, why would you do that? So then the guy who's in the car drives off, and like we're like, what the heck? Like, we're trying to talk to her, and he drives off, and then my friend has a bottle, and she just binks. She throws it to the car, and I was like, oh shit. But then I thought he left, but he ended up parking somewhere else in that area that we were at the meet. So he ended up parking like a couple walks away basically. Man, my other friend was like super pissed, and mind you, she's been in fights. I've never been in a fight, so I was like my first time. So one of the people that were actually with her in the vehicle messaged me, and they're like, she's talking shit, saying that you won't do shit. I was like, girl. So there goes little Delayza, you know, not thinking what could happen. I was looking for this vehicle like throughout all these nice ass trucks. I was like, where is that car at? Like, I had a vehicle description, and I was like, where is this car at? I was walking, and people saw the way I was walking, because you know when you're mad and you're about to fight, you walk a certain way. So like, my friends chased me because they saw that I was like going to look for this car. So I ended up seeing the car, and it looked like it was just like meant for me to like drag her out of the car. Literally, there's no truck parked right next to this car. It was like really like empty, so like a crowd could be there. It was weird. So I opened the car door, and I was like, what? I was like, why the, okay, excuse my language, but I was like, why the fuck are you talking shit? And I was like, get off the car. I was like, get off the car. I was like, get off the car. She wouldn't get off the car, and I was so mad. I know this is so ghetto, I'm so sorry, But I feel like if you guys understood the anger that I had, I opened the car and I'm telling her to get off the car. I'm like, get off the car. Like, why are you talking about her? Like, I was like, what? She's not even here to defend herself. Like, I just yelled so many things to her, and I was just like, why do you do this? Like, why? What was the reason? Like, that was my number one thing I wanted to know, and I still can't know why. Like, I just want to know why she did those accounts. I want to know why she did what she did. So I just never got my response to it because she was just like, I'm not. My other friend ends up getting into it. I didn't want her to get into it because I didn't want people to think we were jumping her. I'm not even doing my makeup. I'm over here like telling you guys a story. But so she ended up not even getting off the car. She was just in the car the whole time. My other friend ended up, you know, getting in, and then my friend also was asking her the same question. She's like, why the heck are you talking crap about her and everything? So I got mad and I was like, move. And I like try to drag her out of the car and I throw the first punch. I didn't even throw the first punch. I got like a sweater or something that was in the car. I grabbed it and I like hit her with it. Like, I just was so pissed. And mind you, like, I was at the door and she was like leaning on the other door. So like I couldn't reach. Like, I was trying to get on the car, but I knew if I got on the car, like we would, you know, start fighting in the car. So I was like, nah. So at this point, like, I just couldn't get her to like get off the car. Like, I was pulling her. I was like grabbing her by her hand, trying to pull her. And then I would kind of step away because I was just so mad. I was like, okay, I need to calm down. But when I would step away, my other friend would try to get in and try to hit her, try to get her out the car. Obviously, we were all mad at this point. I know it was wrong that my other friend was trying to like get into it too. A lot of girls were trying to jump in, and my friend was saying that she was just trying to get her out the vehicle so I can fight her. But she wouldn't just get out. We were yelling back and forth. She was yelling at us like,
Que pendeja, no me vas a dejar del carro. She was like, bitch, you won't get me off the car.
She was yelling things at us, so it just made us even more mad. Oh my god, like, I'm getting so mad right now. Like, my blood is boiling. Like, I feel hot. This continues and just nothing happens. And at this point, I was throwing punches. She was hitting me and I was hitting her, but she wouldn't lay any punches because I was kind of like in a weird position, you know. So at one point my friend pulls me and she's like, stop. Yeah. So then I see my friend trying to get her out the car still, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the other side of the door. I tried to open the door that she was leaning on, but it was locked. She had locked it. Smart. So then Delayza, you know, no se iba a quedar con las ganas sin pegarle a esta morrita. I opened the driver's seat door. There's no one in the car. The two guys had left and like they were watching the fight. I ended up getting on the driver's seat. I opened the door. I get on the seat, and from what I could remember, she was like this. I grabbed her hair, I grabbed all her hair. Like, I grabbed her from like la nuca. Like, I was like grabbing her like this, and I grabbed it, and with my other hand I was just like hitting her and hitting her and hitting her. And I don't remember like how many times I hit her until I felt like blood. I was like, oh crap. I remember I was wearing a ring. You guys always used to compliment me about it because it was such a cute ring. It was like a big butterfly that had like spikes basically. That ring, that's what like made her bleed, I think. And I just kept hitting her and hitting her, and everyone was like, ah! Everyone was going crazy. And then my best friend pulls me away and she's like, Yahweh, you hit her, just stop already. The guy that was, you know, driving her gets in the car and like they drive off.
Bye, have a great time.
So then the next day I had left to Mexico and she came to my house looking for me. She knew my address because the guy that was, you know, with them, they know where I live. So they tell her where I live, and then she comes to my house looking for me. She came to my house for like 3 days, but I was in Mexico looking for me, and I was just like, why the hell is she looking for me? Like, is she gonna find me? And then I remember my nana calls me and she's like, Delayza, why is there a girl looking for you? And I was like, ha! I was like, ha! I got in a fight. And then she's like, oh my god. Like, I already had told her like what was going on, but she just didn't know I was gonna fight her because, you know, that's not me to be fighting people. She was just like, oh my god, Delayza, well, they're looking for you, like her family's looking for you, y que no sé qué. So I was like, why are they looking for me, you know? So then when I come back from Mexico, I was like, okay, if she comes, you know, I'm gonna go outside, talk to her, whatever. She ends up not coming again to my house. So I was like, oh, she probably just like let it, I don't know. A couple days later, the cops showed up. Girl, so she brought the cops and then she like gave her little testimony. So the cop comes and he tells me to give my side of the story. I gave him the side of my story, and he's like, well, that's not anything that she told me. And I was like, well, that's what my point of view. Her point of view can be something different, but my point of view is different. And then they paper arrested me, and I was like, so at this cop, I was like, you literally would have done the same thing if you were in my shoes. And I told the cop, I was like, I know I could have, you know, resolved this a different way, but my anger got to me. I feel like anyone in my shoes, their anger would have just got at them, especially the horrible things that this person was saying. Like, you just don't do anything like that. So I told his officer, I was like, you don't do that. And then he was like, yeah, I would have done it too, but she pressed charges on you. So this girl ended up pressing charges on me, and I got paper arrested. I went to court, whatever, and honestly they told me to fill out these paper forms, and I never filled them out. But I lost the email, so like I don't know if like there's a warrant for my arrest, because I just never went to like this little program they tried to put me in. I was like, they try to make me look bad. I was like, this is my first time getting in a fight, chill out. I did tell my friend's mom everything that happened, and then they pressed charges on her for everything that she was saying online. But they haven't done anything, and it really sucks, because like really this girl did all of this. Like my friend's family has proof, because literally what she posted online should have never been posted, point period. I know this is supposed to be a get ready with me while I tell you guys a story. I couldn't like be talking to you guys trying to like really explain it and doing my makeup. Like I just can't do that. Oh my god, let me tell you guys a horrifying story that happened to my eyes. So you guys know I got eyelash extensions, and I went in for a fail, and I got them done and everything. So last weekend I was spending the night at my best friend's house, and she was doing my nails, and I started feeling this eye very low. I was like, why is my eye low? I didn't really think anything about it. I was like, oh, I'm probably tired. But no, that was not the case. My eyes started like swelling up. Like here at the front, it started swelling up. I was like, what the heck is going on? At first I thought I was getting like a pink eye, or like, what is that called? Like, I don't know what that's called, but you know when you get like little bolitas in your eye? I thought I was getting that. That night when I went to sleep, I asked my best friend for like a little ice bag, and I put the ice bag on my eyelid so it wouldn't be like as bad in the morning. I woke up in the morning and I couldn't even open my eye. It was so bad. My best friend works at like this beauty salon, and like they do like a lot of services. They do like, you know, eyelash extensions, nails, whatever, all of that good stuff. And then my best friend ends up telling her boss, like the one who does like eyelash extensions, like what was going on with my eye. She was like, oh yeah, she's getting an eyelash infection. And I was like, what? And then she was like, yeah, you can come in right now and I'll like, you know, remove your eyelashes. So de volada fui a su studio, and I got them taken off, because it was just, that was the cause of my eye like, you know, swelling up. But thank god she actually like took off my eyelash extensions, and I was so much better after. I still had a swelling. I'll put pictures of how it looked. Then literally the next day it was totally fine. I didn't have anything anymore. So I got an eyelash infection. I was scared. I was like, what if like my whole eye is like swollen? And the next day I had a family party, so I was like freaking out. I was like, oh hell no, I'm not gonna go with my eye looking like this. But the next day it ended up being okay. I'm not getting eyelash extensions for a while, because that freaked me out. That really scared me. So I'd rather just stick to my natural eyelashes and strip on lashes. Talking about strip lashes, I don't know which ones to wear. I always say I'm gonna wear like new lashes, and I always end up wearing like the same one. So I'm gonna be using the Buchona collection lashes from Chula Cosmetics, and as well their glue. This is their glue. I love like the whole bling, but this is the eyelash glue from Chula Cosmetics, which I'm gonna be using. Let's go ahead and hear some music. I feel like I've been talking too much, so let's hear some music. Not to be like, you know, that lyric right there como que me queda, because a lot of guys be like, enamoras the way you dance. I'm like, Hornies, the love of my life better know how to dance bachata, so we can be like,
Como te vi una vez y lo desaproveché, con el vivo lo que nunca imaginé.
if you're from Phoenix and you're going to the Grupo Firme concert, let's go together, because I want to go. Me vas a aborrecer porque te juro que voy a aferrarme.
Voy a ser tu ex el tóxico, que cada vez que tu nombre sepa recordar a mi mamá y mi abuela.
My camera's about to die, so I'm gonna finish doing my face makeup, and I'll be right back once I'm doing my hair. I got ready. I forgot to film because my camera was charging, but I ended up curling my hair. I used the Foxy Bae 3-in wand, and I love how it curls my hair. Okay, so OTD, this is today's outfit. My dress is from Fashion Q. My little sandals that you can't really see are also from Fashion Q. And then my necklace is from Forever 21, Pandora, Agua Prieta. This is also from Shop Chula. She has such cute charm bracelets. She sent this one over. I have all these jewelry from Forever 21. This is from Pandora. This is from I don't know where it's from. I got it from my quinceañera. It's my quinceañera ring. This is from a small business that like does like the crystal rings. And then this is also from Forever 21. My earrings are my best friends. Yeah, and that's my OOTD. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the little cheese mid time that I had with you guys. Although I'm running late because I decided to do this whole story time and doing my makeup at the same time did not work out. Pero los quiero mucho. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.